Hello, hello. This is Alicia from Quick and Delish, and this evening is day 29 of the 33-day self-care is our best defense challenge. And I thought it would be cool to talk about balance, right? So we're sheltering in place for another month and change because we have a couple days left of April. And the notion that balance is essential in all things, right? And so within life, right? Balance. Within life, all life, right? So plants need enough nutrients and water to grow. If there's not enough of nutrients and water to grow, then the plant will cease to exist. And maybe some of you guys have used, there's an app. I don't know what the app is called, but the idea is that it helps people drink more water throughout the day. So it's super sad. So if you don't drink enough water, then you kill the plant in the app. So it's kind of dramatic, right? But it's motivating because you want to keep this app plant growing on your phone, and that's how you learn how to hydrate yourself, right? So whatever it takes, right? That's what we do. Whatever it takes to be healthy and do what our body needs, right? That's what we have to do. And like the apps are really cool. Thank you, app creators and designers and tech people. Okay, so all life needs balance. So within a meal, right? One meal or a snack. A meal or snack requires balance in order for us to get the nutrients we need and the energy we need to get to the next time we need to eat. So that kind of balance, like the protein and carbohydrate balance, as well as the flavor points. So adding sweetness, adding crunch, texture, that kind of thing. So I've used this example before in the past where if you have a dish that's like fish, it doesn't matter what kind of fish. So white fish would be very plain looking, right? White fish. And then you have mashed potatoes, and then you have some sort of maybe overcooked vegetables, right? Some overcooked carrots or some overcooked green beans or something. Everything's very soft. Texturally, it's not very interesting. So how can you add texture to something like that, right? Like, so the white fish or any kind of fish is always going to be soft. And that's why sometimes in restaurants or maybe at home, people batter and create a crusty covering on the salmon, right? And so that adds texture, right? It also adds a decent amount of calories, and if it's fried, then it adds the whole friedness, calorie-wise, and the oils that are used are usually typically pro-inflammatory. I'm not saying avoid fried foods altogether, special occasion once in a while, right? But also remember that if we treat every day like a special occasion, all of a sudden we're having all these extras all the time, right? Just good to keep an eye out. I'm just saying. I'm here to be a watchful eye. So how can you create texture, crunch, and an interesting flavor going on within a meal? And that helps with the balance of the meal. So nutritionally and flavor-wise. Just planting seeds here, right? So vegetables, you could use a variety of vegetables. 3 different colors would be ideal. 2 right now is doable. I tend to be able to find at least 2 different colored vegetables. Yeah. So 2 to 3 different colored vegetables add different textures, right? One vegetable might be crunchy. The other one might be soft. You can use raw carrots or roasted carrots. So the roasted carrots would be soft, and then you could have raw snap peas, or you could have radishes that are crunchy. Roasted radishes would be softer than raw radishes would be crispy and spicy. So if you roast a radish, then they become more sweet and tender, where raw radish is like hot and crunchy, crisp. So it's interesting to think about the textures that you could add to the foods to improve the balance of the meal. Cool. And then the last part, so that was a little bit about food and balance. And then our bodies need balance, right? So in order, like, we need to exercise our body so that we can literally balance. When we're walking up and down curbs, you know, or like when we're hiking and there's like rocks and stuff, we can balance, right? So our body needs to be challenged muscularly, our physiology, to be able to balance, right? And then sometimes there might be some kind of issue like in the inner ear that messes with our balance. But essentially, if we continue to exercise our physical body, then that helps us be able to maintain our balance. And then within our bodies, there's also, so there's the physical part, physical. So that's literal balance, walking and being able to do, you know, like yoga poses of balance, and just being able to do daily activities as well as exercising and challenging our bodies physically. And then there's, what was the other thing I was thinking? So there's a mental balance, right? Psychological and mental balance. And then I think that was all I was going to share right now. Okay, so the mental balance is your reaction to what's going on. So there's a, how can you increase having more balance of how you think about things and how you respond and react to your external environment. So your external environment is anything that's beyond your mind, right? And so like the people that you live with, your family, everybody, like how do you respond to them? And then also the outside world. And so thinking about your response, that is what you absolutely have control over. And that is very powerful stuff. So thinking about how you can balance your psychological, excuse me, there's a notification. Why don't notifications go away on their own? So the mental balance, right? So what are the stress reduction strategies that you could implement in your life that helps you work on your response to the world? So that's, you know, deep breathing. This week I've been doing more just random deep breaths when I can in between tasks. And that helps me get more oxygen into my body and, you know, feel my body and be present in my body more. I think that's what I've been doing mostly this week, besides a bunch of different strengthening exercises and stretches. And then going on my prison walks in my backyard, which is not anything to brag about, but doing like a nice 10-minute walk, and I can get a decent amount of steps in just 10 minutes. It's pretty impressive. And then, so getting outside, that like being outside in general, getting fresh air, that provides some stress reduction, mental clarity, instead of being inside your place all the time. And so anything like deep breathing, visualization, like how will you respond to the future since we're sheltering in place? Lots of stuff is out of our control, but a decent amount of stuff in our actual lives and our physical environment is in our control. We can actually choose to eat quite healthy right now. And I challenge you to step up and figure out how you can do better in your life, right? Just a little bit better. And that's what Mother Nature's that's what Mother Nature is asking us to do right now, is to think about and act on how we can do better, because we have been given a timeout, right? So let's show Mother Nature that we can do better. So comment in the bottom there about like what you're going to do to just do a little better. Do a little better for you, right? You take care of yourself. You're 100% committed to yourself in this long-term relationship with yourself forever. So think about how you can balance your meals with flavors and textures and colors And then also thinking about more balance in life. So I'm a big picture person. I like thinking about structure, like what do I want to do, how I want to live and be in the next year, and then like work towards that incrementally. And so that's why I'm always like a bigger picture person, and I kind of like break things down and process them into the little details. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off here, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow Eve. I will do a cooking video tomorrow. I just have to get my act together and organize the kitchen a little bit. I will do a cooking one tomorrow evening, no problem. That's my promise to you. Day 30 of April will be a cooking video, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because I'm not 100% sure, because I have a couple of different options. Okay, to be continued. And awesome. Double high five. Good night. Until next time, this is Alicia signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and share. I know these are crazy shenanigan like videos during sheltering in place, but it's good for me and it's good for you. Let's village up, people. Village